We've all been there. You have a massive project due in 3 weeks. You make a color-coded schedule, you set up a pristine workspace, and you tell yourself, this time, it will be different. And for 3 weeks, you do nothing. Then, in a 72-hour-long, caffeine-fueled sprint of pure terror, you pull 2 all-nighters, and somehow, miraculously, you get it done. If you've lived this nightmare, you've probably beaten yourself up about it. You've called yourself lazy. But what if I told you this isn't a moral failing? It's a biological war happening inside your brain, and understanding this war is the key to winning it. To understand why you procrastinate, you need to know that your brain has 2 competing forces. First, you have the rational decision maker. This is the part of you that's uniquely human. It resides in your prefrontal cortex, the sophisticated, modern CEO of your brain. It's the part that can visualize the future, understand complex goals, and make long-term plans. It's the part of you that knows you should be working on that project. But there's a problem. In the procrastinator's brain, there's another hand on the steering wheel. And it belongs to the instant gratification monkey. The monkey is a relic of our ancient past. He lives in the limbic system, the primal emotional core of your brain. The monkey doesn't understand the future. It doesn't know what a career is. He lives entirely in the present moment, and his only 2 rules are easy and fun. So the rational decision maker says, it's time to work on that report. It's crucial for our career. But the monkey says, nope, let's read the entire Wikipedia page about that scandal from the 90s. Then let's watch some YouTube videos about how hydraulic presses work. That sounds easy and fun. And here's the critical part. The limbic system is an older, more powerful part of the brain than the prefrontal cortex. It often wins. When the monkey takes over, you find yourself in a place I call the dark playground. You've been there. It's where you do leisure activities at a time when you're not supposed to be doing them. You might be watching a movie or scrolling through social media, but are you actually having fun? No. The fun in the dark playground is unearned. It's poisoned with guilt, dread, anxiety, and a constant gnawing awareness that you should be doing something else. It's the opposite of the real rewarding fun you feel after a hard day's work. This happens because of a scientific principle called temporal discounting. Our brains are wired to devalue rewards that are far off in the future. The satisfaction of finishing that project weeks from now feels abstract and distant. But the dopamine hit from watching one more funny video, that's immediate. The monkey loves dopamine, and so he chooses the instant reward every time. So, if the monkey is so powerful, how does a procrastinator ever get anything done? Well, there's one other character in this system, the guardian angel of every procrastinator, the panic monster. The panic monster spends most of its time dormant, but it wakes up the moment a deadline becomes terrifyingly real. When the consequences of not doing the work, failing a class, losing your job, embarrassing yourself in front of your boss, become immediate and severe. Scientifically, you can think of the panic monster as your amygdala, the brain's ancient threat detector. When the amygdala perceives a genuine, immediate threat, it triggers a fight-or-flight response. It floods your system with adrenaline and focus. And the one and only thing the instant gratification monkey is terrified of is the panic monster. The moment the panic monster starts screaming, the monkey vanishes, climbing up the nearest tree, and for the first time in weeks, the rational decision maker is alone at the wheel. He can finally steer, finally work, finally get things done. This is how you find the superhuman work ethic to write an 8-page paper in one night. It wasn't you, it was the panic monster holding the gun to the monkey's head. This system, as stressful as it is, works for things with deadlines. But there's a second, far more dangerous kind of procrastination. The most important things in life often don't have deadlines. Things like seeing your family, exercising and taking care of your health, working on your relationship, or starting your own creative or entrepreneurial project. For these things, there's no deadline to trigger the panic monster. The consequences of not doing them are gradual. They creep up on you. And so the panic monster never wakes up. The monkey's takeover is permanent. This is the procrastination that leads to deep, long-term unhappiness. It's the kind that makes people wake up at 60 and realize they feel like a spectator in their own lives. The frustration isn't that they couldn't achieve their dreams, but that they never even found the courage to start chasing them. Research even suggests that chronic procrastinators may have a larger amygdala, making them more prone to the anxiety and fear that keeps them from starting in the first place. The monkey's sneakiest trick is when the deadlines aren't there. So what do? We have to be our own panic monster. We have to create our own deadlines. We have to stay aware of the monkey's whispers. I want you to look at this. This is a life calendar. Each box represents 1 week of a 90-year life. This is your life right here. We've already filled in a bunch of these boxes. What are you really procrastinating on? What are the things you're letting the monkey steer you away from simply because there's no deadline in sight? All of us have a job to do. We need to wake up and realize that the boxes are not infinite. And that job, it should probably start today.